I put Starlink on my boat. Now I should have high-speed internet access while fishing offshore. In this episode, we're gonna put it to the test. This right here is Starlink, satellite internet, and we're gonna stick it on the top of my boat and do some live streaming, fishing on this video. It seems pretty simple to set up. It comes in this box, ready to go. Starlink, we got Elon Musk in the house, and these are the instructions. Essentially, there's three parts: your satellite receiver, your modem, and then your power supply, which we have our satellite receiver. This is going to link to the satellites, and we're gonna stick that onto the top of my boat. Then there's a long cable here going into the router, or the modem, or the router. This is what your phone connects to, and whatever devices are gonna connect right to this. And the third part is the power supply, which plugs right into the wall. Or in our case on the boat, we're gonna have a power supply on the boat, which I'm gonna show you in a second. But that's it, that's how easy it is. It's basically plug and go. My satellite dish is the regular version. They also make a mini version, which is much smaller. It's only about that big. From all the tests I saw online, the slightly bigger satellite receiver is on average 20% better, stronger signal. And I wanna do some live streaming, so I decided to go with this slightly bigger dish just to play it safe. Let's take a look at the different packages offered by Starlink and how much they cost. Now on their website, they mention up to 350 megabytes per second speeds in the US, which for satellite is mind-blowing. How they do that through satellite? But does it actually work is the question. So that's what we're here to find out. There's two different packages. There's residential and there's roam. I went with the roam package. The difference is residential, when you're in the Starlink app, you have to set your address, and then apparently it only works in that area. So if you were to go camping, every time you move spots, you have to change your address, which is fine because you can change your address an unlimited amount of times. If it works while on the road, I'm not 100% sure. And that is why I just decided to go with the roam package, because I know with roam, it works anywhere and it works on the go while you're underway. As you're gonna see in this video, we use Starlink while running over 40 miles an hour on the boat. And when you click the order now button, it's gonna open up a screen that shows you the different packages available. The first thing is you want to select what kind of satellite receiver you want to use. There's the mini, which costs $499, and then the roam package at 50 gigabytes starts at $50 a month. 50 gigabytes a month might be enough for you. I have done 3 live streams this month and I have used 15 gigabytes. I did a 2-hour live stream, then a 4-hour live stream, and then a 3-hour live stream. So that's 9 hours of live streaming, and it took me about 15 gigabytes, a little under 2 gigabytes per hour of live streaming. I don't need more than 50 gigabytes per month, even with live streaming. You can go with the unlimited plan, which is $165 a month. If you have a big family and everyone's on their phone and you're all watching Netflix and streaming and everything, you might need the unlimited package. But for me, by myself, I'm pretty good with just the 50 gigabytes. I haven't even hit 50% of my limit this month, and the month ends in 2 days. I didn't go with the mini though, I went with the standard, which is actually cheaper than the mini at $349. And from all the tests I've seen people do online, it seems that the standard on average has about 20% higher upload and download speeds than the mini. Now it is about twice as big, maybe even a little bit bigger. It's still pretty small. It fits on top of my boat, no problem at all. Then there's the performance package. This is much bigger and it's $2,000. This is definitely more of a permanent setup, maybe on the top of your house or if you have a big RV. However, I think standard or mini are all going to work just fine. What do I think about these prices? $350 and then $50 a month for satellite, high-speed satellite internet. These prices are crazy. If you would have told me about this 10, 20 years ago, I would have never believed you. But here we are. Technology, baby. It's crazy. So far, I've had it strapped to the top of my boat for just about a month in the hot Florida sun. It's been stormed on, rained on, splashed by salt water. Many fishing trips where I'm heading over 40 miles an hour offshore into the waves. It's taken a beating and it's still working like it did on day one. Now let's get into the installation and performance. We got the boat in the water, and if you can tell, there's the Starlink satellite dish. I put it on the top of my boat. I just have it zip tied down for now. I want to test it before we do anything more permanent, but check it out. We got a double rainbow in the background. That's got to be a good sign. It's probably going straight up to the space Starlink satellite machines. But we got a storm kind of brewing and coming towards us, which is a good test, because I don't know if you can tell, but there's some water droplets that have formed on the top of the satellite dish, because it was raining a little bit a minute ago, and I just have it zip tied down. Nothing serious. It's basically just barely hanging on the top of my boat. The question is, how is it going to perform? So we have the cable going from the Starlink down, and there's our modem, which we're going to try to connect to in a second and see how fast our internet speed is. And there's the power, and the power is connected to this power station right here. And you can see we have it plugged in to our power station. We can see that the satellite receiver is drawing about 44 to 47 watts of power. The Starlink Mini uses a little less power, around 36 to 38. But because we do have the bigger satellite dish on top, it uses a bit more power, but not much, and hopefully it'll be worth it. And we get a nice clear signal. I'm not sure if these massive storm clouds forming around us are gonna impact the signal at all. Wait, why don't we find out? We're gonna open up the Starlink app. You can see it's connecting. It says we're online. Software is updating. And this is the second time I'm ever turning this device on, so it's got to update. See, 82%, 83%, 85%. Well, I'll just let it finish updating, and then we're going to run a speed test. It finished updating, and it now says we are online, and we're going to do a speed test. I just set up my laptop, my webcam. I got an external mic. We're going to try to live stream on the boat while we're fishing. But first, let's see how good the signal is. Where's the speed test? Push the start button. For live streaming at 1080p, you need about, I would say, 8 megabytes per second upload speed to be on the safe side. Download speed is 57 megabytes per second, and our upload speed is 34, 35, 33 megabytes per second. That is more than enough to live stream. So we can live stream off the dock, no problem. But what happens if we're underway, we're moving, and we're further offshore? Let's find out. I'm gonna start the live stream right now. All right, we are currently underway, and you can see we got a live stream going. Apparently, the audio is good from what everyone in the chat is saying. The image quality is good. I'm pretty stoked. We are moving at about maybe 8 miles an hour, and the stream seems to still be doing good. How will we do when we go faster is the real question. We're going through the mangroves. All right, we're gonna do about 30, 34 miles an hour now. I'm gonna hold the laptop so it doesn't blow off the boat, and we're gonna see how the signal holds up. I'm a little nervous. Oh, oh, it's hard to hold. It's hard to hold. 30 miles an hour right now. 35 miles an hour. 38. Let's do 40. 40, 42. 43. I could go faster, but I think we're gonna, that's good. Woo! I think we had good signal that whole time. Very clear the whole way. Damn, 40 miles an hour and we still had clear signal. We're doing like 43 miles an hour actually. That's pretty sick. We're driving down the creek now.
Oh, this Starlink actually held up pretty good. Even though we were traveling 43 miles an hour, the Starlink doesn't seem to have budged much. Just a few zip ties holding it on up there. I'm impressed.
You can watch this fishing live stream on my YouTube channel, but I accidentally recorded this in 720p instead of 1080 high definition. Same with this live stream. But my latest live stream, I recorded in high definition. Here's a clip of that live stream I pulled directly from YouTube. And yes, I got pulled over by the FWC during my live stream. Classic. In the Starlink app, you can see my data usage, currently at 16 gigabytes for the last 30 days. There's 3 spikes for the 3 live streams. And if you're on the 50 gigabyte plan and you go over your data plan, they will charge you an extra $1 per gigabyte, which isn't too bad. Now for the real test, we head over 15 miles offshore, off the coast of the Florida Keys, right off Key Largo, and turn on the Starlink.
All right, I don't know if you can tell, but we're about 15 miles offshore. There is no land in sight. And if you look at my phone, it's currently in SOS mode, which means I have absolutely no signal out here, but we just plugged in the Starlink. Let's see if we can't get some internet. Okay, the Starlink is turned on. It's connecting.
Wait, what does it say when you connect?
It says calculating orientation. Let's see what happens. Determining alignment. Sometimes it takes like up to a minute for it to connect to all the satellites. All right. It says we are online, so it did connect, but what is our speed? Let's do a speed test. No flipping way. We're at 58, 57, 60 megabytes per second upload speed. That's really good.
Nice.
Or I mean, that's download speed, 73. All right, here we go, upload speed. 56, 48, 45. So to live stream, you need between 6 to 8 megabytes per second for a decent stream, and we got 50. Wow. Look at that. We are no land in sight, in the middle of the ocean, with 50 megabytes per second upload speed and 73 download speed. We can watch our favorite movie out here.